Hey there, I'm Victoria with Punchpass, and I'm here with Claire. And welcome to Studio Life. We're here today to talk about how to handle price increase. You're raising your prices, or you want to raise your prices, you're feeling something about it, and you're not sure how to roll that out to your customers. And I think this one comes up a lot. I was talking to someone about it today on one of our consult calls, who's a Punchpass user. And yeah, there's a lot of concern around whether to, how to handle that and whether or not you should do it. And, but this is coming up a lot. So, yeah, something that we will all experience in your time running a studio.
Yeah, and I think what makes it difficult is by the time you eventually get around to doing it, you've been thinking about it for so long that it feels even bigger. I think,
Mm.
a lot of the time I should, 6 months, 12 months. And there's a real fear there, I think, that people are going to react poorly or be upset
Mhm.
or leave or I don't know.
Yeah,
But it is definitely an emotional thing to raise prices. So I think
right.
acknowledging first is a good idea. But long
Yeah.
story short, my philosophy on raising prices is probably just to do it. And that people are
Yeah.
not going to notice as much as you think they're going to notice, which sounds uncaring, but it's born of experience and the truth. What have you found to be true, Victoria?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like I've talked through so many people raising their prices using Punch Pass. We've at Punch Pass had to raise our prices before, like as we change plans and I add a bunch of new features, sometimes that happens. And the reality is, yeah, the before time, the thinking about it, the processing it, the figuring out the perfect wording to announce it, that's so much more time than how many people actually push back or have an issue. Yeah, I almost never hear from people again being like, "Oh, no, we raised our prices and everyone left me." Like, we've never had that email come through ever.
No,
Not
never.
once. But well, I've been with Punch for 6 years. You're 7,
Longer?
8.
Yep. Yeah, no, never. Very, very
Yeah,
rarely. Most people, unless you're doing it, every few weeks or, obviously getting out of
right.
hand and out
Be
of control.
reasonable.
For the most part,
Yeah.
every 12, 18 months or so, people are expecting
Mhm.
it. And I think one of the big questions that people often wonder when they're doing a price rise is, should I give people the opportunity to get in and buy things at the lower price first and then cut them off and
Mm,
say, here's the price rise on X day? Or should I just raise my prices one day, let people know the prices are now higher and do it like that? I lean
yeah.
towards the latter. Victoria, do you have any thoughts on letting people get in one last time at the lower prices?
It's an interesting tactic. Like, I've seen it before where people are like, "We're gonna raise our prices on X date, but
Yes.
if you jump in on this date." I think that works really, really well when you're opening a studio or when you're launching,
Yeah.
like, a membership to be like, "Lock it in at this price," and, like, you get your newbies and, like, you kind of build up that capital, like, kinda quick right in the beginning. I think it's a little tough when you've been, like, ongoing kind of and you're sort of in that space. At that point, you're probably looking to raise your prices for everybody and sort of say,
Yeah.
like, "This is the new rate." So I think it's more about, like I think it's more about communicating. Don't just, "Oh, right, like, today it's June, and if I were to be like, "Ooh, we're gonna raise our prices in July," probably not enough time. That's gonna
Yeah.
that's gonna kinda give people the like, "Huh, that's quick." If you give them enough time, like you let people know way ahead of time, like, "Hey, just so you know, in 3 months or something, well, it's 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, like we are raising the prices to X," like let them know what they are. You can even, I mean, sometimes we explain and we say, like, "Here's why we do need to raise our prices." And most people
Yeah.
understand.
Like
I think
that.
we're all through it, but give
Yes.
them the heads up and raise it for everyone if you can.
Yes. Yeah, I think across the board is definitely the way to go. And it's up to you. One of the things I found really powerful and gave me some sort of comfort when I was doing these sorts of things with my studio was letting people know that there was flexible pricing available if people had genuine hardship. It's up to you whether that's something you're comfortable with your studio. Obviously, it's not a perfect system. It is important to me that people still have an opportunity to come. But it does depend on how big your studio is, how much space you've got. I mean, if your
Right.
classes are running absolutely jam-packed at capacity, it's a little harder to be generous, I think, which is understandable. Like, that's not a judgment.
Huh.
I think it makes a big
Yeah.
difference have full classes or not so full classes as to whether the sort of decisions you can make. So that's something to take into consideration as well. you might have a flurry of people buying up at the lower prices before the price rise, and then your classes are full for a few months. Can you handle that? So yeah, some of it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's opportunities kind of either way. But I think it's kind of one of those things of, I think everyone thinks like, I'm going to raise my price and like half of my clients are going to
Yeah.
fight me
No,
or
it's
like be upset. I'm just really going to have to be like one or two people or like, like it's going to be a couple people who are going to be like,
no, we don't.
and then if you want to make exceptions or give people like help in that space, like you can do that. But you've probably raised the prices enough for all the people who don't really care and like let it happen without really notice that you probably can help the couple of people who are struggling and it probably will even out for the most part.
And you will hear
But
the negative comments, you won't hear the positive comments, and I think that's really important to remember as well. People will
yeah,
complain, but you won't hear when they, talking across the dinner table to their partner going, "Oh my goodness, finally Victoria raised her prices. I feel much better now," like she hasn't done, like
yeah,
my yoga
it kind of,
prices went up, but I completely understand, like that
yeah.
whatever. And she hasn't
Oh, a lot of
priced.
people will be like, "This has been a steal for X number of
Yeah,
years, like, we get it." Yes, like, we've
yes,
been getting crazy deal for a long time. We get it.
yeah,
I mean, I would say, again, that's usually the majority of, like, your loyal customers are probably gonna respond.
agreed. Just do it. That would be my
Just do
philosophy on doing it.
it.
But not to think,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
action.
You've probably already waited a year beyond when you could have raised the prices,
Yeah.
so might as well.